Like I say, people wouldn't understand, but speakers, oh my, wow. You know, people think that speakers are so easy and this and that, and we have such great speakers. Like Rodney said one time, my father, my fake father, that they had speakers back in 1950. But he did not understand that the speakers of 1950 actually came from Germany. And actually, it was me and who I was and what I was that actually I wanted good sound. I've been working on the metal things, of course, you know, the record kind. But I wanted good sound, and there's a problem with the speakers. They always kept breaking. Like at first, the paper would break, and then the little paper on the sides or the rubber at the sides would always crack. They tried cloth, and the cloth would break right at that little separation where it moved the most. Getting that rubber or that foam that actually goes around the edge that can take the continued and constant flexing, the Germans were trying to get it so it didn't break that quickly. Um, but they said we can do paper and the plastic, but it's the edge. The edge always breaks. And believe it or not, ever since Germany, and way back in time, like 1920 or 1800s, just like they were working on trying to get the little foam edge, that little foam rubber little thing that goes around the edge. The German scientists were putting everything they had into trying to get that not to break, believe it or not. Like every car sound audio person, they don't really know that little rubber, that little foam thing, that's from way back in time in Germany, like Adolf Hitler time and stuff. I mean, a lot of people think of evil, mad genius and all that other stuff, and people don't understand. It's the little things, really. How I asked Germany, which had the most advanced rubber, the most advanced everything, to see if they could actually get that little foam strip that goes all the way around the speaker to not break. So it's not really true. 1950s America did not have speakers. Germany had speakers, and a couple of the other places. Um, and they could kind of get it, like I said, try a material. The material broke. That little separation where it moves the most at the very edge. That was a real problem. They tried a couple different kinds of foam or rubber, and they would last for a little while, but then they would break. But getting continued real movement of that speaker, people don't understand the formulas and everything that make that foam actually come from Germany and Adolf Hitler's time, and actually come from all that. Those scientists were working on it. Those scientists actually did that, and they were getting like something a little bit better. So eventually it could come to America, and like I say, also probably some Japanese or Chinese scientists probably took part in it too, getting that perfect kind of like, because you know you don't really want to impede it, but you want it to flex, but you don't want it to break, and getting that quick movement that the speaker can't. I mean, any sound person probably knows about this more than I do. But believe it or not, German scientists were working on it, and I also asked probably Mitsubishi Corporation and quite a few other scientists to see if they could get it right and get it so it'd flex and stuff. And also so the paper wouldn't break, because at first the inside paper would break. And anyway, people don't even know that as leader of Germany, I had people on it working with that, and they were actually had been working on it since 1920 or 1930 Germany. There's a lot of things in America, a heck of a lot of things in America that people just think are from 1950s or 1940s or 1920s. It's like, no, 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 no. These things are actually from Germany and from Russia and from Japan, from way back. I mean, I'm talking about like way back. I was like, okay, guys, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what I want to get done. Do you think you can do it? And my good people and other people, they're like, well, we'll see. And they started working on it really hard. Like I say, it wasn't until about like 1940s or 1920s when Rodney or the Kennedys or someone wanted to actually take over and it's like all these people had been working on these things their whole lives. Like many generations, 3 generations had been working on the little rubber seal for the speakers, and working on these things all this time, and all of a sudden they just wanted to like that to me. And the problem also is that I asked them from like 1980 or 1985, way back like 100, 200 years ago, to start working on this stuff. And they had happily been working in peace and everything and equality. And then all of a sudden, Kennedy or someone was like, ooh, to me. And the problem with that, of course, is that they're doing it for the leader of a great nation and the planet and the creator of humanity. And because I was just the person of America. So it's pretty easy to see why there was a problem, why it was a problem. Because they had believed that they were being a part of something greater than themselves, bigger than themselves. And all of a sudden they realized they weren't. They were a part of killing someone. Well, I mean, still something, they're still a part of something greater than themselves, but it's like, well, which greater? The greater of America, the greater of humanity, the greater of a once great creator, or, what does America stand for? What does humanity stand for? So, anyway, and that was the problem that actually sparked off World War I and World War II and quite a few other civil wars, because people were doing this stuff in peace. And like I said, the cannons weren't for killing people. No one wanted to kill anyone. The cannons were for mining and stuff. That's why those scientists built those cannons. That's why all this stuff was done. They were playing around with mining and just doing things. And it was all in peace and stuff. And all of a sudden, Rodney or Kennedy or someone wanted to just remove that. So, anyway, that's kind of basically what happened with all the wars and everything, and why everything got so bad, because come around 1970, Kennedy, like I say, or one of the presidents was going to kill me, put me in a coma, and end me forever. And that also had other repercussions, as in it was a paradox. So, if you just think about it, they were doing it because I was a great leader and everything, and all of a sudden, I wouldn't have been even able to ask them. What Kennedy had done was basically create a paradox, or she was trying to. So he kind of had to die anyway. It wasn't even my choice. It was just like, I don't know. I mean, it's the dark side. What happens if you had done something for a great person or great leader, and all of a sudden they're dead or gone? Anyway, I don't know. I worked through it and got through it, and so did other people. So.